Sorry, Muds. I know you're most disappointed in me. We got some good shit in that first one, but it's okay.
It's okay.
It's all good.
All right.
Hey, it is.
I quit.
What
We are here. We are once again.
Let's hear that. Let's
Thank
hear that.
God I'm
Oh,
drinking.
there you
Once
go.
again.
There we go.
Nice to
Hey,
see
guys.
you. Nice to see you.
Good to
huh?
see you guys,
Nice
man.
to
Good
see
to be
you.
here.
Glad-
Right on time.
Glad that we're all on
Perfect.
time,
Yeah.
recording.
Hey, stop,
for the
stop
first time
cuffing
today.
that mic, bro. Don't cuff.
I podcast like
You're
I
a-
perform.
You're a natural cuffer.
A little too much.
I feel good today. I feel good. Don't mind us. So, what'd you do this week, huh? We had no Okay.
Hey.
Okay.
I fucked up the audio. I
Hey.
fucked up the audio. That's all it was.
It's okay.
It's okay. How you guys doing? It's good. You feel good though?
I can't
At least
wait. I
We're
can't
warmed
wait.
up. At
Can't
least
wait
we're
till
warmed
now.
up.
Yeah.
Should
Can't wait.
Barney be
Feeling good.
canceled?
Next week, I'm going to be like,
Dude.
so what's the dumbest thing you did this week?
That's a good impression of Barney. What's the dumbest thing you did?
I don't know.
So Muds, it takes Muds
Dude.
25 minutes to get me, huh?
All
You
right.
got me though. You got me.
So, good, right? Good. How was it? How was Louis C.K., huh?
Louis C.K. was great. Came on everyone.
Fucking, let's do this. Let's rapid fire this shit. Rapid recap. Dude, I went to North Carolina. I went to South
my
South
God.
Carolina.
He met a young man named Ninth Wonder.
and then Ninth Wonder. Shit was great.
He had a
good
dirty
fucking
home.
spot. It was
Right.
tall as fuck, but he had such a cool like environment. The studio was great. It felt like a compound, and every room was like very like fucking like a sound booth. It was really cool.
No one could hear you.
I started off fucking around, but it was pretty cool.
I need a
There was
comp.
locks on only the outside.
That's how.
But it
No-
was really good.
no
it was
windows.
It was different.
No
it was a
windows.
different environment.
No,
Different environment.
no
Max,
clocks.
We
Max,
established
what
that
did you
Muds
work out
does the
today?
dopest shit. That's it. Oh, sorry. Go
What's
ahead.
today? What's today? Thursday. Did arms today.
Yeah, how's those
Yeah.
arms feeling? Let's see. Pump one out. Pump one out.
Let's
Let's go, dude. This is how we're gonna get the views right
You
here.
gotta get the views up. You
We
gotta
gotta
show
get the
them
views up.
muscle.
A little
Show them
pump.
muscle.
A little fucking.
It's we're still in winter mode, so
Yeah,
I'm gonna be coming covered up.
Cultivating
You're gonna
man.
be covered up while you're coming.
In a few more months,
Yeah,
I'll be
I'm still building
coming
mass
freely.
up.
Yeah,
no
coming
clothes.
freely. Yeah,
No
summer
clothes.
coming.
Yeah,
Summer's
still
coming.
I'm
There
still
you
trying
go.
to
So
build
am I.
up the mass.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I'll get
yes.
there. I'll
Fuck
get to the
yeah,
man.
dude. The transformation of Max, dude.
It's been a journey.
Yeah, did you see that photo that he posted a while back when he was all skinny? He was skinny Max.
Dude, I remember being
looks a little,
genuinely
yeah.
worried for your
He looks
fucking well-being.
I'll
Frail.
never forget
Frail Max.
how genuinely, yes, you were
I
concerned.
was very concerned,
Because
dude.
it's
Very
it's
concerned.
fucking rare
Dude.
for a fat dude to insult a skinny person. It's like perfect.
There was no insulting. I saw him and I was like, dude, are you hungry? Like, you want me to buy you a fucking
And
meal?
instead of
he was sitting
laughing,
there,
I could
Homeboy
see.
was sitting there with carrot sticks, dude. And remember that shit? He used to walk around with fucking carrot sticks in a Ziploc. And I'm like, dude, do you want meat? Like, do you want a sandwich?
wanna
Some
get
sort
some
of
food?
carb food? He's like,
Nah,
no.
I got my carrot
Fucking
stick.
all face sucked in. I'm good. I'm good. And, like, you can see the dark circles around his eyes.
Rent is
So from that
fucking
to
crazy.
this, young and beefy, dude, man, it's good to see.
Good for you, Max.
I'm very proud of
Young
you.
and beefy.
Thank you, thank you. Hey,
So you talking about it last
Yeah.
episode. We
Beefy
said, what was
boy.
the goal? And you just said, there's no
Not
no
that.
end goal. They just keep getting buffer and buffer.
He wants to
Oh
be
no,
a
I
fucking
said the
man.
goal. I said I don't want to be able to walk through a normal.
Oh, yeah.
dog.
Yeah, I could do that too though right now. So I'm like,
So Muds has already achieved your goal, dude.
Yeah,
He's already
dude.
living your
It's
goal.
not
Hey,
fair.
goals
hey,
not
you know,
that fair.
technically,
Goals
it's
not
always
that great.
like that.
Hey, you know
Life
how
is-
awkward it is to fly anywhere, dude?
Oh,
As
I
a
know,
man
man.
my size.
dude. So go again. Go ahead, tell the story. Go ahead.
When we were flying back from Paris that last time, dude, magically the gods blessed us, dude, and we got the same row, but like I was on the outside seat, he was the window seat, and
So it's like
some
this.
poor soul at the middle seat, dude. He was sitting there the whole time.
Just
'Cause
farting
we were-
like a motherfucker. Just-
No, we walked in, we sat down we sat down and we're like, fuck, the whole plane had a board still, right? We're sitting there, we're like, dude, who is this poor bastard?
Because just imagine like
Some
it's
small
him-
little
it's
Dutch
him-
dude
was
just
no,
walks
it
in.
didn't
Imagine-
even
it's
look
like
like
this.
there was a
It's
seat.
like- it's
There-
like
it didn't
this.
even look like there was a seat in
I know.
between.
I'm
They're just-
picturing the space in between your
Yeah,
arms.
literally just this. So we're sitting there, dude, and we just see this little French white woman walking down, and she's just, that optimistic look when you're looking at your
what's
plane
my
ticket.
what's
Like,
my-
where's my
what's my
seat? Where's my seat? And she's looking, dude, and we can see her. We're like, fuck, it's gonna be her. And she looks at the seat and then turns her head down and sees us, dude, and her face goes. Fuck. Dude, she just.
And this was on
it's
the
that-
way to
dude,
Paris.
No, this is on the way home from
way
Paris,
home.
dude.
Dude.
So, dude, she walks
That's
up
what I'm
and
saying. Your stomach's all fucked up. You're all
You're all like,
tired.
yo, we've been drinking for 2 weeks straight.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Shitting, eating, fucking dying, basically. So
It
we're
was a
sitting there,
good
dude. And she walks up and just so sad, dude. She just looks at me and I'm like,
my
okay,
seat."
before you say anything,
Yeah.
like, you have two options. You can take the seat you have. And she's like, uh-huh. I was like, or I can scoot one over and you can have the outside seat. And we'll
we
just
just
fucking cuddle
cuddle.
up because we know each other. She's like, I'll take that one.
She's like we actually form into one person at that
And
point.
we basically
man.
did, dude. We were like a beautiful couple on that
It
flight
just felt
home.
good.
And
At
it
one
felt
point, I was like
natural.
this,
Yeah, and then
he was like
when it was
this.
his turn to eat, I would pick up my arm. So like he gave me.
They
Luckily,
found love in Paris.
When it was his turn to eat, I just
beautiful man, dude.
Dude,
fed him. He fed me.
we found
We
love in
snored
Paris. It was
at
really
each
nice.
other, dude. And that woman, she had a great flight too. And then we had a good talk. You know,
Yeah.
we chopped it up.
Yeah.
She was like a wine ambassador for some
At
company.
any point, did
She
she
was coming
fall
to
asleep?
California.
We had
No,
such a
dude, because she had to keep
Lean
her
in
eyes
and
open.
just
She didn't
form
trust
with you guys?
Mexicans.
God.
Or at least that's what I thought.
She didn't fucking sleep
She
a
had
wink.
such
That
a-
poor
Yeah,
lady.
dude, she's like one
More or
fart
less
and
that's
I'm
what you
done,
got
dude.
Dude, we
What
had
she
such
said.
a romantic time in
It
Europe.
was beautiful. We
We were-
watched the same movie. We
On a
started
train ride.
Oh.
On a train ride.
We
We were just
started
watching
the
it.
same. On the flight too. We
On the flight,
started the
too.
movie at exactly the same time, and I had one of his headphones.
Oh, on the little
in.
thing, yeah.
You know what's
we-
fucked up
fuck,
about
it
that
was
flight
so
home?
beautiful,
I
dude.
watched that movie Life of Pi.
Don't do that.
Dude, and you know they shipwreck and shit, right?
Yeah.
And then we run that turbulence.
Oh,
when we were
yeah.
like going over the Himalayan
That was on the
mountains.
way
It
there.
fucking-
That was on the way there.
The way back.
Because
We
the
went-
way there got choppy too.
But on the way back, like I remember looking at that map and they show you what you're flying over. You know, you could check,
Yeah.
and like you just see like the fucking mountain like outline.
That'll
So and
do
then
it.
we're like, and I'm like, we're going over that fucking mountain patch right now.
Final
I remember looking back,
destination all
looking down
over
at like
again.
everyone, and everyone's just like, and even
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
remember
fuck,
I was.
dude,
I
like,
remember I
really
was
enjoyed
knocked
that
out.
shit.
We're going
I
fucking
enjoyed that
down.
shit.
I remember I was.
I remember
knocked out.
Zay looking
I was
back
tired.
at me like I was supposed to save her from it. Dude.
Oh,
She
same
like
to me, dude.
She looked back and I was like,
No, I gave her the thumbs up. I was like
Yeah.
this, and then she turns. I'm just like, oh fuck no, dude. I'm fucking
Good
scared.
luck.
So
Good luck.
tired
I
at
had
that
this-
point.
So that when
you
the
know,
ladies
just
gotta, like,
Oh
hold the
yeah,
shit,
those
like,
the things.
you know,
did you
'cause they're
see
starting to
that
open, like-
video? I
like-
forget what the fuck. Recently, that
That's the
video.
scariest shit.
It was like a flight from Hawaii or somewhere, but it fucking literally was launching people up in the air, dude. And one of the stewardess was bleeding from her fucking face, dude. She looked so fucking shocked and scared, dude.
Fuck that. Luckily, never like that. I've been on the plane where it does a pretty nice woof, and everyone's like,
That cool
whoa.
little 10-foot drop, like,
Oh yeah, you're just like, oh yeah. Remember at any moment when that shit could happen,
I
right?
forgot we were
Hey,
flying.
forgot
dude.
you're like on a death trap from it, essentially.
30,000 feet in the fucking
You'll
air.
survive,
Or no,
you'll
how
survive.
much farther?
You'll
It goes-
survive. You'll survive.
It's more than 30,000, right? It's like
Um,
50,000.
somewhere
Excuse me.
around there, but 30,000
fucking
definitely
crazy.
at least.
So you guys fly home. We fly home from fucking Europe, right?
Mhm.
Hadn't slept in our own bed and this and that for fucking 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks. We're on the road.
Yeah.
I get home, same story. Finishing off that one. I get home with Celeste. We get home. First night in our bed, knocking out. Wake up in the middle of the night, and we're
Oh,
getting
yeah.
eaten
Yeah,
by
yeah.
bed bugs, bro. By bed bugs. Oh, so fucking
It's almost
disgusting.
like we're cursed, huh?
Oh,
Because something
man.
major happened every time we came back. dude.
That was like, so because I hadn't slept properly for like 2 weeks. We partied like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Then you're like, oh, finally my bed, goddamn. I go to sleep, I get eaten, bro. They love me. Like mosquitoes eat me alive.
You have that
I
sugar
got that
blood.
like sugar blood. That's what it is.
With your sweetheart.
With your sweet ass.
Sweet
With your
ass,
sweet
pretty
ass.
sweet.
I said
So-
hot.
So the fucking bed bug, I don't give a fuck. They hide. I've never
Yeah.
seen one in my life.
Yeah.
But I guess they fucking were hungry. We weren't there for 2 weeks or some. These motherfuckers didn't give a fuck. We turned the light. They're just right there like, what's up, motherfucker? We're eating your ass. And I'm like, so I went fucking crazy. I pulled all the sheets off the bed, dude. I'm fucking irate. I'm like, fucking, what the fuck? Ah!
Tommy Wiseau.
Dude, throw the fucking mattress out into the street, dude. Throw my whole fucking bed, nowhere to fucking sleep. We sleep like on the fucking couch and
Banner.
shit, dude. I was so fucking pissed. Yeah, I was like fucking breaking down, dude. Like delusional, because we let our guard down. It was fucked up. Anyway,
Gotta keep the walls up, baby.
fuck,
You know.
fuck bed bugs, the worst.
Yo, I
wouldn't wish
came
that
back-
on anyone.
bro, I came back
And I didn't
with-
believe how bad it was. People tell me about bed bugs. Like, fuck, I thought this, like, all right, yeah, deal with it. Oh, it's fucked up. Dude. If you get that shit, it's fucked.
It's a nightmare. It's a
Fuck
nightmare.
bed
Yeah.
bugs.
I'm surprised I've
Special
never had
place in
bed bugs.
fucking hell for bed bugs.
Yeah, dude. I'm
Bed
surprised I've
bugs.
never
Remember
had
when
them.
I had
Maybe they just don't
termites?
bite you.
Remember when I had termites?
Oh yeah, you
Destroying
did.
Oh,
my
this
It's
was
home.
such an adult problem for a child, dude.
Destroying my home. They were
My boy started a
destroying my
GoFundMe.
home.
My home is under
It's
attack.
under attack.
This fool's
My home is
devastated.
under attack, bro.
Was devastated
It
by
could
them
collapse
termites.
at any moment. I had to ensure
Hey,
that
hey,
people
Papa.
understood the severity of what was going on
This
with
fool
these
was gonna make a fucking
termites.
song about termites,
I'll
bro.
never
Everyone-
forget it, bro. That
on why you
fool-
should hate termites and help
Hey,
him.
if anything, this boy
Hey.
should get sponsored by that
Hey, you had your
Terminex.
experience with the bed bugs. I had mine with the termites. Fuck both of those.
And I had mine with a blister, dude. A big.
and it's still festive.
It
But
festered.
did you run the GoFundMe for the blister?
Nah, dude, because my body was under attack. But
like
I toughed it out,
Osmosis
dude.
Jones.
I remember when you put out the thing for the termites,
Our home
and you're
was
like, "Hey
under
man, you know we had the group chat." You're like, "Yeah, y'all, the fucking the termites. If you guys could share and all this." And I was
termites.
just like, "What the fuck, dude?" I'm like, you
I
know,
did not share it, dude.
I didn't share. I was a piece of shit too. But I remember when I talked to this fool after, like me and this fool like had a little laugh. We're like, "Hey, dude, what's up with Max and these termites?"
Wait,
like,
what? Like I invited them
yeah,
over.
yeah.
Like we're good
No,
friends,
no,
and they
no.
turned
So I
on
was
me.
like-
What the
I was
fuck?
Like, I was like, I don't understand termites. I guess because he's speaking to seem like this is a dire situation.
I mean, it's fucked up.
No,
This
it
was just
is.
like he's all there's like he's acting like there's a fucking termite with a blowtorch under his house.
Might as well be. Might as well be.
It sounds
House
like
could have
something
collapsed
else.
at any moment. I could have been restfully sleeping.
Hey, that's when I restfully sleeping. Dude.
I picture the cartoon. The,
Yes.
and the fucking thing just collapsed.
Just a
Yes.
big ass, hood ass termite came into your fucking room that night. Like, hey, we gonna fuck your shit up,
I challenge you to allow termites into your home
dude.
and tell me that you don't need some help after.
Hey, bro. Last time that happened to me, I was a child, and my family sweated that situation. Luckily, I live
This is now the Bud cast, the Bug cast.
in the bug gas.
So Muds,
Can I share something real quick?
Yeah, what bugs have fucked you up?
What bugs me?
No, what bugs you? What bugs you? What bugs
that
you?
crab.
No, I just wanted to. I just remember this. Right? I don't know. I just fucking wanted to. I was just curious. I was random as fuck. I was checking out. I don't know. I was putting your address on my maps.
Oh yeah.
And then, so it's like go to your house, and then it shows. Sometimes when you put it on the map, it shows you the picture of the place or the house or the address, whatever. And then random as fuck, I just see the picture of his house, but right there in the corner, you just see this would just moving a fridge. I don't know.
Hey,
I was like, what
impressed,
the
bro.
fuck is going
I don't know
on?
I don't know what contract you have with Google Earth, but my photo from my mom's house is from like 2003 still. So I don't know how you got updates that quick.
No. I
Because now
remember.
we're not on
I
there.
remember.
I remember that.
I remember this. We were
Oh.
carrying my fucking fridge or that fridge inside my house, and I seen the fucking Google car pass by, and I even told this motherfucker while we're lifting it. I'm just like, oh fuck. He's like, what? I'm like, that fucking Google car passed by. I'm like, I'm pretty sure they took a picture. It's like, man, he's just like, man, shut the fuck up, Mescal. Like, you're like another, just you're full of shit. I'm like, no,
I'm
dude.
sitting there with
they
fucking
take-
flip flops.
Yeah.
That they know we're coming in with a. That was like, come over. Help me out, move some things real quick. And I get there,
That's
this
just
big
a few
ass
things.
furniture. I thought like, hey, some boxes, maybe like
Oh
some
my
shit. You
God.
know, like
you know why people call you over, fool. You know why. dog.
I know. It's something I've learned.
You take pride in it. He'd be looking at you like, man, remember that fucking couch right there?
Yeah.
I lifted. I
Dude,
moved
I
that
just
shit
found
up
it so-
16
Every time,
flights of
every time I
stairs.
see a box, dog, I have PTSD from trying to fucking pack away fucking
So,
box
yeah,
trucks.
I
What's
found
funny
I
is
found
I-
that so fucking funny, and I shared it to you. You were like, I know.
I'm like,
You're like,
fuck,
you
dude,
already
I heard he
know.
had seen it.
He
I
was
forgot
just
for
dreading
whatever
the day.
reason.
Dreading the day. I hope nobody sees this. Nobody looks up this.
And I was
address
wearing like
ever again.
fucking shit that didn't match. It was. I looked like I looked like Hodor, dude, for sure.
Fool, you look like you did last week. You might think your shit
Hey.
was taken last week.
Hey, people change. I don't.
People change.
Seasons change.
Don't say it if the hook's not there for real.
For real.
I'm still hurt about that.
No,
Hey, how
I'm
about
good.
so I had
No, I'm good.
No. Hey, so how about I have Survive at the
Are you
fucking
not
studio
good?
session? Not right now.
Oh.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Let's
Different
continue.
podcast.
Survive.
So I have
Survive though.
Survive the
Please.
podcast, but survive the.
I will.
Survive.
I've survived.
But
that,
DJ
dude.
Survive.
Yeah, DJ Survive. I have DJ Survive at a studio session Tuesday. Scratch some shit up, and we're sitting there. We're talking. I'm like, yeah, we got to film this stuff. The homeboys coming from Paris. Me and Max have been sitting on this track for like over a year, and da. And I'm like, but the one thing that kind of sucks is I was really proud of that hook that I made, but he wanted to get scratches over it, and they ended up transforming the whole thing, and and I played the track, and so I was like, oh, I think I've heard this song, and he's like, wait, I think I'm the one that did the scratches on the song, and I was like, fuck, yeah. So I thought that
Full
was
circle.
Okay.
yeah, give me a courtesy laugh at least.
Okay.
Fuck y'all.
I was
But I thought
totally
it was
lost.
funny.
I was like waiting for it. I was like, what? What is he talking about?
Sometimes they're not.
Then he's gonna yell at me that I don't.
punchy.
That I try to make the conversation.
Yeah, as long as you don't fucking come in with some fucking man, fuck you. All right, fuck you. Touche.
You just
Touche.
proved my
Touche.
fucking point.
Hey,
So in the next segment, we're gonna be taking questions from our audience,
Yay.
the people who are we're making the podcast for and stuff. I guess it's mainly for us, but
They
we
don't
love
like
you
us.
too.
They don't know us.
They
Like
love
that.
us. They
Like
love
that.
us.
Okay.
So I posted. I said,
What
any
are some
questions
of
for the
these?
guys?
Let's
And I
hear some
heard
of these
some questions for the
questions.
podcast. Is I heard you guys are going to be having Kanye on your podcast.
I would love it. I
Would
would.
you have
It
Kanye
hasn't
on?
been confirmed.
I would fucking
We
have
talked
him
about
on in a
getting
heartbeat.
canceled, so we get canceled.
I would. That shit doesn't exist.
He wouldn't offend.
It
no
doesn't
one in this
exist
room.
if you don't fucking let it.
We don't
exist.
get offended. That's the point.
I'll say the
When
word.
was the last time you were offended by what someone said, like online?
I remember
Like
the
something you
day.
saw and you're just like, man, I'm
Online.
This is just
was like five-
oh man, I can't.
2 minutes ago.
Fuck,
wasn't it?
dude. Really?
Pretty much, if I can't jerk off to it, I won't look at it.
That's a tough one. See, that's a tough thing to follow. Like,
All right.
so,
Yeah.
Like I jerk off to something last week.
like,
though.
by the way, you
Okay.
follow me.
That's why we know what you're doing.
There you go.
Let's see
all right,
one of
next
these-
question.
one of
Serious
these
question.
questions. One of
Serious
these
So,
questions.
this is from Flower XO. Shout out to Flower XO. Where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
Nice.
Damn. So
Nice.
that's like an interview question.
Nice.
10 years.
It's like what's your
10 years.
career
Well,
goal?
hopefully alive.
Yes,
And,
yes.
Dark.
Like
See?
that.
And yet I can't fat shame him.
What the fuck? No, you can fat shame me, but that's also
Be
why.
at your funeral, like I told him.
It'll
fucking
either
go
be
for
the
a run,
fatness.
dog.
It'll either
Hopefully alive.
We'll get real dark. I'm at his funeral, like Hollow was a great friend.
But
I
he's a
told him
better-
to
fucking fat.
run.
He was
I
a
told him to
fucking
run. Fuck.
he was perfect except for his fatness.
Hala was a good friend, but he's a better couch.
It was
He's a better couch.
It was the 96th episode of Burger Buddies that really did it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I
We-
can tell you what Burger
That was
Buddy
a
episode
that
did
was
it.
a crazy
I
month.
can tell you
We
what
should
Burger Buddy.
we shouldn't have gone back to Pigpen
Dude,
Delicacy.
Pigpen almost destroyed us as a friend, like relationship, and as human beings, dude.
Yeah.
But that's for a different podcast.
So are we gonna answer the
Yeah.
question? 10 years, Max? Where do you see
10
yourself? Like,
years.
I mean, that's such a broad question in a sense.
Yeah.
Unless you got like these real super going, but you know,
Yeah.
more or less. You
10
want to take that one
years,
on?
10 years.
Fucking brick building.
Yeah.
10 years.
Not being able to walk through a normal doorway.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if
hopefully-
Max is fat in 10 years. Huh?
God,
Wait,
dude,
but
hey,
he
I'm
still would
hoping-
reach that
yeah,
goal.
yeah,
I'm
we'll still
hoping
reach
for
the
it.
goal.
Say, hey,
goal.
I win even
I'm
if I
hoping-
lose.
I'm hoping for
Even if
that,
I
man.
lose.
Because food is delicious.
It is.
You
It
do
is.
love
Bomb.
you do love food, right?
I
That's
love
where
to
we
eat.
take over, buddy.
I love to eat.
Because I mean, food is delicious.
That shit is delicious.
Okay,
You know what?
back
Hey.
to the question. Hold on.
10
Back
years.
to the question.
10 years.
10 years. 10 years.
10 years.
Just continuing the success behind East of the River as well. Just personal goals that I do have in my mind as far as being financially free and just being able to travel leisurely, you know, because I'm not at that point. I want to get to that point where I'm able to travel wherever I'd like, whenever I'd like. You know,
Yep.
so hopefully,
traveling man.
10
Traveling
years from
man.
now, that'll
So
be something I'm able
I'm
to
a
do.
I'm going to say Max is going to be fat with 10 kids
Hell yeah.
in 10 years.
And 10 different baby mamas.
But will I be rich?
Because getting buff and rich is just going to make you get, you know, more attention.
Okay.
And then you're going to end up having babies.
It's all
And
making
then you're not
sense.
going to travel. You see, I could just
Or he's gonna
just add this to everything.
Or he's not gonna own up to it, and he's gonna travel all the time.
Or he's gonna have a new baby in every city.
Let's
travels
give it up
in.
for
Different area
Macks.
codes. It's gonna be
Yeah.
So 10 years
That's gonna be
traveling,
Fat Mac sounds pretty good.
Nah,
buff,
it's gonna be
rich, and
awesome.
traveling.
That's
That
gonna
sounds
be
pretty good.
awesome.
Buff, rich, and traveling.
Yeah.
Like, to sum up, to chat GPT your thing, like
Sure. Keep it simple.
buff, rich, traveling. EOTR Podcast is brought to you by EOTR. Produced by Mighty Muds. Also, Hollow Visions, Mad Max, and Viva Mescal for EOTR. All rights reserved to EOTR. And you can find us on YouTube, EOTR. Welcome back to the podcast.
Yeah.
So, Muds,
Ooh, that was
10-year
close.
plan. I mean, not plan, but where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Oof, that's such a broad
It's a loaded one.
question. I don't know. I can't really say. I don't know. I'm hoping we're doing the same thing, Not hopefully the same thing, but like just in bigger in a bigger platform.
But is it
Bigger
the fact you
platform.
want like the bigger, or is that just where it should be? Or is that like hey, in order for me to feel good about it,
Yeah.
10 years from now, I would like to be in a bigger situation or a better, like, is it just that? Is it like, you know what I mean?
He's calling you fat.
No, I'm
Oh,
serious.
bigger-
I'm serious. Like, is it something that you, like, do we attach, like, let's just say 25-year-old you, right? Or I'm 35, 10 years
Yeah.
ago, same question. 35, where do you want to be? And you're like, I just want to be in a bigger, what
Yeah.
you just said right now.
Yeah.
Could you look and see what you're doing now, and would that be valid?
I don't know, because it's
So you're
I
a
would
failure
like
in
to
your 25-year-old life.
I'd like to think that I'd like to think that I would have way more, camera-wise or whatever the fuck wise.
You have a lot
Just
of
a
cameras.
lot of shit. Just had like, if need be, I would have 3 of the same, really expensive ones, and then I would do whatever the fuck I want, and I would film whatever I want or capture or whatever,
So do you want like a production, your own production?
Can you pass that joint this way?
Yeah, I can't picture it, but yeah, I think that'd be the end goal.
Like in another 10 years, or say like now, fast forward 10 years, you're thinking of like where you want to be, where you picture yourself. Same, but bigger scale, more cameras, more equipment, nicer
I
studio,
think just more people in general, and then
bigger audience.
bigger audience, bigger.
You think that's like,
everything,
I feel like, yeah, that is, I guess that's like an indicator, or like a metric to measure it off of course, right? I see people right now, because we've been at it for 10 plus years, and it's like, what keeps them going? The people who are doing it for 10 years before we got here, 7 years, 8 years before we got here, and they're in their 18th year, and they've kind of plateaued, or they seem as if, like maybe they haven't answered where they're going next, right? So what keeps us from kind of like not falling into that same, not being here 10 years from now, and we are in the same spot? You know what I mean? Like I think about that a lot. Like what is the defining factor that's like, oh, we did this. This is why we got this success. Obviously, it's a million things, but I like to try to think of, but
just more in general. Owning the property, owning this property, owning another 3 of these, and having them be different, like bigger in a sense of like you could fit a car in there, and then people fucking could put their whatever.
all right. I
Just
like
operate for bigger productions for ourselves and for people, and then have that be self-sustainable, where I don't have to like manage it, I guess, but it's running smoothly. So I guess this is the goal right now, for this one to be self-sustainable.
I mean, that's why, like, 10 years ago, you could say rich, successful, all this, but you might not even be that greedy. You might just be like, look, as long as I'm in a position, I'm doing the thing I love, and I'm in a position to get to that million, or get to that quote unquote, for real this time, big thing, or, more bigger thing, right? Like I feel like some of it's tied in with just validation, our need for it, our ego and bullshit, right?
Yeah,
But then under that, there's some real shit there.
But I think it's more of I think the simplest terms is doing whatever you want to do, and that's it's probably all our goals.
But have you ever lived that way? I've
think
lived
so.
where I literally did everything I wanted to impulsively and strategically do for a while. It's pretty cool, but it also anyone who lives that way will destroy themselves. So I don't think it's that. I wake up today, I want to shoot a fucking, rocket launcher and fucking ride a unicorn. You could be a rich scumbag who could do that. It may not make you happy. That's the point, doing whatever you want may not be what ends up, like, you may do it and be like, fuck, I actually got better. I felt better doing some other shit for other fools, or I felt better kind of doing
Yeah, but I
this
think
crime.
that's kind of like
Having that choice.
I'd want to do that, I'd want to have that opportunity to choose what to do.
I feel like you're doing it right now. In a lot of ways, you're doing it right now.
It's kind of like I'm doing it right now, but I don't have I have to wait for certain things to get
like,
money.
what are we waiting for?
No, but I
Like,
think
that's for money?
Even your life is so interesting. Everything you do and what are we waiting for? Even we all. That's
But I don't think, and that's why I kind of like your answer, because you already know what the fuck you want to be and who you're trying to be. You're already doing it. Mm-hmm. So the goal is to just expand on what you're doing. That whole question about what you're going to do in 10 years, 5 years, I almost don't like it. Because at least in the position where I'm in, where I feel like my only trajectory or whatever I wanted to be was an entertainer. You feel me? Like, the music has always had, my soul, but so does the comedy and the talking shit. Like, I love that shit. I want to be an entertainer. Now, whatever that looks like in 10 years, then I wanted to be
Let me ask you
that.
this. 10 years ago, did you know you wanted to be that?
Yes. That's why I started doing this shit, because I'm 10 years deep in
But
this.
did you know, as far as you saying right now, I want to be an entertainer, like defining it and knowing that? You're still trying to be a rapper. You're still trying to do.
I think I knew that, but I didn't know that. The answer was.
So do you see yourself rapping still in 10 years?
I don't know.
How about you, Max? Do you see yourself rapping still
I don't know.
in 10 years?
I can tell you this. I can tell you
this.
this, that this is the one thing that I've never fucking quitted on in my life. Even when I did quit or whatever, it wasn't quitting. It was something that I would try to lie to myself to. This has been embedded in me. It's the one thing that's been consistent in my life, my whole life, right? So do I see myself making
Is
music?
what?
Is music, is making music
right.
and being an artist like that, right? I love that shit. It's in my fucking soul. It's in my bones. I can't listen to a song without already thinking about how I'm gonna make it like how I would have made that fucking song. It's there. I hope I get to a point where I've had my success with it and I've moved on to bigger and better things, because I do find a lot of hope and happiness in the other shit that we do, like the creative stuff as these podcasts, or even the screen printing things. Like, I like starting new shit. I'm impatient. I'm not the guy that likes to just be stuck in like this box for 30 years. I want to do so many different things. I want to give up on something to start something else after I've been successful or found my peace in it. Like, I want to continue growing and changing.
So you see yourself 10 years from now, not really seeing yourself anywhere, as long as you're happy and taking on new things and successful.
And
Okay.
paving a way for me to have that
Well,
freedom.
let me say this, though, just to fucking play devil's advocate to what you just said. You won't get that state of mind unless you start planning and thinking in a 10-year way.
Yeah.
The freedom and the fucking thing you're describing is only achieved through the vision and the direct fucking desire of what you truly want and deciding. Then once you decide, then you can dance and do all the other shit and fucking make rash decisions and fuck up, and all that freedom's there. The freedom comes with the cost of committing to a certain path and something like that. There's a beauty in both of it.
Well, that's my overall goal. If I set myself into a 10-year plan, I box myself in to only being that thing, when I should be indispensable and be able to fucking create greatness anywhere I fucking go. So the way I counteract the 10-year fucking plan is have short-term goals and execute them to the best of my fucking abilities. And in that fucking space, open up other opportunities where I can fit in and manipulate that situation. You feel me? So always being adaptable, a fucking chameleon, rather than setting myself to a 10-year goal where I can't stray from that goal because I have to be there in 10 years.
All right. Fair enough. Well, that's the 10-year question. For myself, I'll take a piece of everything that everyone said. Fuck it. Would love to keep doing bigger and better things. Would love to have the freedom that Hollow has. Would love to have 10 babies and be overweight like Mad Max will be.
Fat Max,
Yes,
the EP.
Fat Max.
Okay, next question. What's your advice and wisdom if you're going through hard times while trying to pursue your dreams. Again, another loaded
need
type
that
of
one.
question. Yeah, it's gonna. You know what? I'm just gonna look.
I need
I'm
that one
just.
for me. Go ahead.
I'm gonna
Don't
say
give
this
up.
one.
Just don't give up.
Just
That's
keep
all
going.
I'll say.
Yeah,
Just
just
don't
keep
give up.
going.
Just don't give up.
Don't
keep
give
going.
Put your fucking head down and keep going, as long as that's what you want to keep doing.
Favorite Disney quote? Keep moving forward.
Keep moving.
Just
What, from
keep
what movie?
swimming.
What's
Just
that from?
keep swimming.
It's
just
from
keep swimming.
Miss Meet the Robinsons.
Nice, dude.
Damn.
That's an obscure Disney movie.
It's a good one though.
Love that
God
quote. Keep
damn.
moving forward.
This is why I love you, dude.
Hey man, I love you too, buddy.
Hey, bro.
10 years, we'll be still loving each other.
All right, last two questions. Will we ever see any photos like how Macks does his, but from Mescal? The answer is yes.
Can't wait.
On our 23rd episode. I don't know why, but it has to be the
There we
23rd
go.
of this.
We'll all be shirtless. Then.
We're gonna. I'm gonna do the
There you
thirst
go.
trap with the dad bod
Uh-huh.
just for our fans. So you got to tune in that long to see that. So there it is. And the final question is, how is Hollow still so sexy?
You gotta grow a mustache, dude.
It's a mystery science cannot figure out. And no one seems to know how, but the man he's adorable. Look at him. He's irresistible.
It's like you don't want to love me, but you can't stop.
You can't stop.
You can't.
So, check this out. I was really high driving over here. And I was thinking about some fucking random shit. And I was hearing
November
about
16th.
this
November 16th, that's the day.
that's the day of the 23rd episode
Yeah.
next year.
No, this year.
I mean, no, this year.
This year.
No shit.
This year.
Fuck, I gotta stay in shape till then.
Yeah.
I should have chose something in June because I'm getting in really good shape for June, but I can't promise anything
I
after
know,
June.
that's what I was
I'm
like,
about to go
math
back to.
skills, huh?
You know what we're gonna
Oh,
go?
I was fucking
Episode 10.
proud
You
of you.
can survive to episode 10. You get a little thirst trap from Mescal. There it is.
And hollow.
And Hollow. There you go.
And I'll just watch and jerk
Okay,
off to
so-
everyone.
There's some dude. Cause I was watching. My grandma was watching the news, and I was tripping out.
I'll never
No, what the fuck is his name?
I never knew a man like that. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Let's do that.
Is it this fucker?
This is fucking this is that. Let's punch faces in that one.
Who's the fool who lied about his lied on his resume? Did you hear about this one?
He's a
The
congressman.
political fool?
He's
Yeah,
a,
the
he's a New
congressman.
Jersey congressman, actually.
What's his name? What's his name?
That
Me.
fool said that he was. I don't remember his fucking name.
Dude, all
But
of
that
us.
fool
When you
said
lie on
that
the resume and
his
still get the job.
his parents
Jesus.
died in 9/11, and they're they're still alive. I think, or no, and I don't know if they're still alive, but they
What
definitely
a
didn't
bitch.
die.
It's Santos. It's George Santos.
New Jersey, right?
Mm.
So I don't know what fucking thing he's
New
from.
Jersey, New York, New York or New Jersey.
So anyway, Republican. Yeah, New York fool. So
New York,
check
yeah.
this out. This motherfucker, dude. This fool says
I heard
he
about
graduated from school with a 3.8 GPA and was 1% in his
Lied
class.
about everything.
This
he did.
motherfucker never graduated from nowhere, fool.
Yeah.
Then he lied and said like he worked for like these prestigious companies. I forget which ones, fool. Saying like he was like a project manager for this one, this one. Turns out he never worked for either one of them, right?
That's right.
Bro.
So they're telling this fool like,
That's my
"Hey man,
boy right there.
you need to fucking resign," you know. And they're all telling him to resign.
Refuses, dog.
But to me, I'm
Jose
like,
Huizar, dude.
I'm like stoned as fuck, dude. And I'm just like listening to this. I'm like, damn, this is so funny because people lie about their resume all the time, and like,
Yeah.
people that type of lie, like obviously if you're a congressman, you're fucked, right? But
Yeah.
that type of lie is like normal in society, you know. And I think it's like a class wise thing too. Like you get to a certain class where it's like, man, you know, you got money, your family comes from money. You'd be like, man, I'll lie on my resume. Who's gonna question me, right? Like I fucking I'm here applying for your job. Like my homie's this fool, Ivy League, blah blah blah. Your ass never even went, or no, your ass never even graduated. So like my highest was like, when people lie, right, or like, what is the truth? Not in the sense of what's the truth and this and that. You got to find your own truth, but with like a resume lie, with someone when you just meet and they're gassing you up, right? Where's the bullshit meter? What is truly the way we determine a lie? And it's not a question. I thought of the answer, right? I was like, I know what
It was rhetorical.
I
It was
know it's
rhetorical.
rhetorical. Straight up. This is a high ass thought. I want you guys to dissect it after.
Okay.
But my theory is this, that people, as far as like with resume or like general lies, like societal lies we do, they'll lie and you bullshit proof it by how hard is it to fake it? How hard is it? Like, how hard would it be for this individual to bullshit this, right? Like, if they tell you, like I own a Lamborghini and I fucking got a tiger at my house, you're like, man, you full of shit, right? Right. But if someone just tells you, like, yeah, you know, I got my wife and my, you know, my lady, I got a couple kids, you meet some fool at the bar, like, and you're like, all right, like, I'll believe you, bro. What's the point in you lying, right? So like, I don't even know what the fuck my point is. Honestly, I'm really high. I'm really high.
I'm waiting. We're slithering through the grass.
You'll get there.
No,
but
keep going.
What'd you say about fucking reiterating?
Keep going.
No, but I'm honestly like, what is that point with the bullshit meter that we have with society? When you work with someone, with an artist, or you meet someone, where's your bullshit meter and what they're telling you? That's what I mean.
So let me clarify the fucking question. Where's my personal bullshit meter when I'm hearing
just
your
saying,
bullshit?
you know, my bullshit.
Listen,
my bullshit.
So if you're bullshitting me, where's my meter? Like, where does that ring off to where it's
or just in general,
I feel like my bullshit meter is set to very sensitive because I just don't believe half of what anybody fucking says. I'm skeptical forever. I just don't trust motherfuckers because I know how deep and easy it is for fools to just stack on lies. So you take what little bits of truth that you want from things. It's like when you see a fucking conspiracy theory. Take it with a grain of salt.
Okay, but it's different from like these general little lies we do with
Not
society.
really,
like,
because it's
like the little
elaborate
bullshit
lies
You
that
know
people.
what I mean?
It's the double down effect, right? Like, how far are people willing to take it, and then how long before you question it, how important it is for you. People didn't give a fuck about this congressman because no one in fucking politics.
No, he's in
cared.
trouble. That motherfucker's
now
in trouble.
he does. Now he does. But for him to become a fucking congressman,
he got away with the lies for a
lot of
long
people
time.
had to not give a fuck. Why? Because they were busy on playing the game of politics, not actually giving
I think
a
it's
fuck
because that motherfucker has the front of you wouldn't question it. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that comes with a double down, right?
Who checked his resume and said, let me call the school and make sure this motherfucker graduated?
Yeah.
Right? But if Mad Max walked in there and said he went to Yale, they might be like, you might be full of shit.
Hey, but
this fool got away. That's why I say it's like a class thing.
So that comes with playing
it's like
the
a
game,
fucking,
man, because
societal thing, bro.
Those thoughts don't
It's
come
that hustle.
But nobody fucking has those thoughts until you cross the line and piss someone off.
Let me tell you this. Someone trying to sell you some shit.
Yeah.
If you're in sales, right?
Yeah.
They tell you to dress sharp. They make you have to drive the nice car and this
That's
and
why
that.
I'm not a salesman.
Because if you're trying to sell a house or something, and you pull up in a fucking hoopty, that person loses credibility. It's like a class
but
thing.
you
It's like
should
a
see his
psychological
house.
thing. No, that fool rents, right?
Hey, that fool's got a mansion, but he's got a hoopty. No.
Anyway,
going back to the shit though. Going back to the shit.
That was just some high thought I had. I wrote it down. I wasn't gonna say it.
Don't fucking pass.
Hey,
what's a good topic?
What's a question that you always get annoyed of?
Are you okay?
Dude, do you really get that?
He does. He does get that a lot.
Are you
Two
okay?
are the number one
I
culprits.
worry about him, dude. I worry about him.
That's a genuine. Are you okay?
You
too.
can't
It's
even
never-
go get drunk
I'm
with
never
these assholes.
kidding.
I'm just bad at. I'm not photogenic. We go get a picture at Pescador, and these fools are like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm drunk." Yes, I'm.
physical representation. Of
That
you
shit's
not
up on my
being
fucking
okay.
fridge right now, dude.
It's in my room.
The one I get lately right now is, hey, if you're booking, let me know. Or if you got a show, you need a slot,
Like it'll keep
let me know.
to
And
keep
I'm
it
like,
in mind.
all right, what are you trying to say? Are you saying you want to perform? Or are you saying, like, you want me to hit you up if I have some? Like, no, like, everything I got, we booked. Like, we're good. Like, it's such a weird way to ask you want to get booked.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, hey, man, if you ever need some shit or, like, you need an artist or something, like, any artist out
'Cause
there,
it's a little
don't
arrogant.
fucking do
It's
that.
a
No,
little
no, it's just... It doesn't give any call to action or any, like, it's too open-ended.
And not
It's like
just
you're
that, but-
literally going to leave the ball in my court. I'm the asshole. I'm the dude who's like, no, you're going to leave it up to my court? I'm leaving you on red, or I'm, like, giving you that asshole response. Like, nah, bro, if I wanted to book you, I would be hitting you up trying to book you.
Exactly.
If you're asking me this and that, like, nah, unless, you know, there's exceptions to it every now and again.
But no, there's a certain amount of humility that needs to come, and some people come in like they're doing you a favor for asking you.
Who hurt you? Who? What
I
producer?
got a fucking list. No, a lot of people hurt me.
Fuck, dude.
These old
Hey,
stars.
question that-
wait. Are you okay?
There we go. Questions that annoy you.
That shit hurts.
Yeah, that one. I'm not trying to sound like a dick when I'm like, but I'm just. It's a lesson. If I hit someone up and I leave it open ended, like, hey, Mercy, if you ever want to book me, fuck no. I want you. Got to come at it like, look, what's up, man? You know, this is what I'm presenting. This is what I want. This is what we're doing. There has to be something. Everyone thinks they're interesting. Everyone thinks they got the dope idea. You don't. You don't.
I do.
You have to follow through. It's the person who could execute it, bro. Too many people think just because they got that thought and they did it, like they've earned something. You've earned nothing. You've earned nothing. You've made it this far. There's nothing guaranteed. You know, and if you don't think top talent bids for spots, hustles for spots, you think bookers are just hitting them up at their window, come perform. Go meet, go actually be around even people we would consider up there and top tier. Their opportunities ain't fucking knocking on their door left and right. No, they still got to go out there and hustle for it. They still got to go out there and put their shit out there. They still got to do their podcasts, their Twitch streams, their show ups, their outreach, their community shit, their grassroots. And somehow you little underground motherfuckers think you don't have to? Get the fuck out of here. That's why your 10-year plan is, that shit is right here. You in the same fucking spot in fucking 2024, motherfucker, or 2034. Straight the fuck up. And don't tell me it's something different. I was just in the game for 10 years. I'm in the game in the 10 years with fools trying to do the same thing they were trying to do in fucking 2014. Fuck you. Fuck you. Eat it. We figured this shit out. We're doing it. We're on to the next fucking thing. You do have to demand a certain fucking standard. Yo, bro, this ain't the way to hit someone up. You should hit someone up with more purpose. You should hit someone up with more, factor in the wow. There should be a wow factor.
So
Ding.
let's take it down. The etiquette. What's the etiquette? We need, let's address these answers. Let's provide the solution.
So how would you
what's the etiquette?
How would you do it?
What's the etiquette?
If you were to hit you up, how would you want?
No,
If,
like a bigger
if
artist.
first and
or
foremost,
a
if
bigger
I wanted to
showcase.
get booked, say for lighter fluid, and I was a hungry MC, I'd never DM you. I'd show up to the fucking show, shake your fucking hand, and say what's up. I'd buy a fucking ticket. I'd buy a fucking shirt. I'd get your attention by coming through and
right on that one.
supporting.
Yeah.
That's how I
So
get
there
your
it is.
attention.
That's
And
the
every
big
one
one.
of us
That's the big
met
one.
through
Support.
that lane one way or another.
Yeah.
Because it was either through an opportunity I created through showing up to a show, or us physically meeting at a show, or going to some other opportunity that brought us together, right? It was not just, hey, I just showed up, right? No, fool. With Macks, I mean, he DM'd me. That shit just worked out like it was crazy, but we were both at that same startup level.
Macks has it
It
like
was
that.
never like, it was never like, oh, neither one of us were at some plateau and straight up, like, I didn't like to freestyle when I met Mad Max or even write a lot of music and shit. Max inspired me to fucking freestyle and to do that. He was hungry in a way that I wasn't, and we fucking complimented each other. You know what I mean? Like, it's a certain point. So, like,
And
just
then
understand,
Hollow came
artists,
in the mix.
people are at different
Triangle.
parts.
The perfect trifecta.
People are different points in their career, they're at different points in their life. If you're an artist, know how to reach out to people.
Yeah.
I would say show up physically.
There you go.
Fucking say what's up, shake their hand, buy some merch, support, figure out how to get in like that and pay your dues.
that.
There's a real
Do
fucking
that.
way to pay your dues.
Do
You're right,
that.
man. Look, that's one thing I learned
Do
this
that.
last year after all these years of doing this shit, and I can attest to that. I've changed my whole way of being. I used to be a fucking cocky son of a bitch. I used to think I didn't need to work with anybody. I used to think I didn't have to bend the fucking knee, which it's not bending the knee, but it's showing love, showing appreciation, throwing shows, bringing people on, the young cats on, the old cats on, putting money in people's pockets, and just knowing that you're not the hottest shit in the room, and knowing everybody can fucking teach you something, and everybody has some benefit to it, what you're doing.
I like that, man.
But yeah, man.
That's a lot of experience that's talking right there. Because
Well,
you start throwing your own shows, it's just dope to see from the outside perspective, too. Like,
Yeah, man.
Oh, hell yeah. They just learning the game and then applying what you learn. And then, obviously implementing your own little ways to it, too. It's just dope, man.
Yeah, it's been fun, man. We've all been growing.
But yeah, man. That was pretty good. We went kind of crazy, yeah.
Nice. That
That was it. We're at about 50-something minutes.
Nice.
So
Oh, yeah.
if you've tuned in this much and listened to us argue and talk shit, and this is what the fuck we do. This is why we wanted to do this.
Yep.
This is like a typical night here at EOTR.
This is a normal
This is
conversation.
exactly
This is as
how we
normal
get.
as it gets.
Um,
Right here.
So we appreciate you guys listening. Obviously, much more on the way. Once again, this is sponsored, run, directed, produced, and supplied to you by East of the River Productions Network, podcast, and all it is. Mad Macks, Mighty Muds, Hollow Visions, and of course your boy, Viva Mescal. And yeah, man, we're going to keep it going. Love you guys. Any final words before we go? Maury Povich?
I'm all good.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
Boom.
Oh, thank God. I wanted to say.